I'm back. Sorry for the abrupt end to the video, the previous video. I'm not sure how it ended because the phone rang and that's what made me stop it. But when I reviewed the video, I could see that he had actually ended just a couple of seconds before that. So at least I didn't hear the phone ring on the video. Maybe I'm just nuts. But anyway, here we are. So we had the tape applied. I was using my bone folder to crease around all the edges, I think, when it stopped. And like I said, I like to just go all the way around to get my paper starting to think about coming up, because it just will crease so much easier and wrap around that chipboard if you get that done. So that's that part. So let's get rid of some of this. I like to do the long sides first. It seems to me I don't know, just sort of makes sense. I mean, I've seen people do it both ways. I don't think there's any real hard or fast rule about it. That's just the way I do it. So start in the middle, smooth it out, and then while I'm here, I go ahead and press down my corners. That little bit of an overhang that's made by cutting the corner the way we do. Get that out of the way, and I don't forget to do it later. And so you can see what a nice, neat edge it makes. So that makes me happy. Turn it around, do the other long side. And you can see this sticky tape is just some cheap stuff I get for a few pennies a roll from China. And just because I burnish it so well, it sticks really well. And the release paper comes off really well. I think that really is the secret to these tapes. So now I'm putting my little corners down and short sides. Out of my way. Then there you go. Look how nice and neat that is. You don't see any chipboard at the corners. Perfect little corners. I love that. Makes me happy. And you know why it makes me so happy? Because it took me a while to learn to be good about that. And I've had some yucky looking corners. I've made a lot of mini albums in the few years that I've been doing this. I bet I've made more than 100, maybe closer to 200. I've given most of them away. I've given them for gifts, I've given them for people that are visiting and I just hand them something. I've entered swaps, yeah. So there you have it. That's my little book. I like to take my bone folder and sort of crease those little edges into or help those little edges into the creases between the spine and the covers, and it just makes for a nice, neat closure. So there we go. There's the front. There's the back with my little boo-boo. And we're ready to move on to installing this baby. But first I want to put some sticky tape. No, maybe I'll use glue. I think I'll use glue. Let's pull off all these red pieces. I love the red line tape. I think it does a great job. And why is that not coming off very well? Maybe it's been on here too long. Give it another crease, I don't know. So, I do love this tape. I think it sticks really well. You can rely on it. But you know what? These little plastic pieces are really annoying. They get static cling, and you go to put them in your trash, and they stick to your hand, or I'll walk out of the craft room and be doing something else, and all of a sudden I look down and see that I have a piece of the red stuff stuck to my arm. Yeah. this is just not cooperating the way it's supposed to. I'm trying to tell you, see how nice it is. It's not behaving nicely. And I'm sorry about that. This has got to be like watching paint dry to watch me try to take these off. There we go. Now look how they all came off nicely like that. Last one, here we go. And it's over here. Okay. Try this out now. Now I'll put some tacky glue on my little floppy wings here. The part that goes to the cover. And here we go. Now I like to sort of flip up those pieces so that I can see exactly what I'm doing and get those. I wish I could hold it up and glue it at the same time. Just sort of get that one out of my way is what I like to do, I guess. And then I center it top and bottom and get it right on that, the edge of that spine piece. And turn it there just a little bit. There we go. And get that put smooth down. And when I come down here, it matches up, and that makes me happy too. Doesn't take a lot to make me happy, have you noticed? And go in between each of these pieces and smooth that down. So there we have it. Now, again, foam folder. I like to put them all over to one side and crease it. And then flip them all over the other way and crease it. And now we can start installing our pages. And I'm only going to do one. I want to get this wrapped up so we can, actually, so I can move on to other things. There's some projects that are just making me really anxious to get to them. Tomorrow I expect a package from Joann's, and it's got some paper in it that I can't wait to get my hands on. But I'll show you that in a haul. Anyway, it's been giving me fits thinking about getting this thing done. It's been weighing on my heart anyway, because I've been putting this off. So, on the longer side of the two pieces, you know, you have where they overlap, you have this little bit sticking out. That's the part where we're going to fit it over these flanges in the hinge system. And if you've done it right, they'll fit right in there. And if you look, let's see if I can hold this up and hold it together at the same time. It'll go all the way to the bottom. It'll go all the way to the back of the cover. But you don't want to do that. Give yourself at least about 1/8 of an inch up when you glue it. You want to have some space between the end of your page and the back of the cover or the spine, so that your pages will lie flat when you push them open. If you get them too close, then you get this sort of pingy effect when you put it when it dries. So that's a little secret I've learned by experience. I've seen people point it out since I learned it. I don't recall having seen it before that, or I don't know why. It didn't sink in, but in tutorials I've heard people say the same thing. And so, anyway, that's one of my big tips, is do not push it all the way down or you will be not happy. So, I pop this open so I can see what I'm doing. And put it down, 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 down. No, don't you pop off of there. Now, did you see how easily it went on the first time when there was no glue there? Come on, let's just hop over there. Can you guys like that? Yeah. Well, not on there at all. What I'm doing is making a mess. Come on now. There we go. There's that part. Oh my goodness. I'm telling you, I've not had this trouble. You know what my problem is? I took my glasses off and I can't see what I'm doing. Okay. That actually did help a whole awful lot. Yeah. Straight so you go all the way on. There we go. It is not going on there properly. Oh, you can do it. And we have contact. Ta-da! Now, I get real fussy then about making sure it's not too far, but as far as I can get it at the same time, if you feel me. And there we go. So, if you can see, I'll hold it up here in a second. Just want to make sure it's glued properly. Smooth away any glue I don't want. I'll start it right over here. Yeah. See, it's that sort of a fat 1/8 of an inch again. That's sort of my favorite measurement, that fat 1/8 of an inch. Not quite a quarter, but it is more than an eighth. And if you see, that page goes all the way flat there, all the way flat there. Love it. So, that's it. I am going to come back and do one more video when it's all finished, when I get it decorated. But that's it. You just continue to put the pages in. You can cover this however you like. On the original one, I think I put a pocket in here and a pocket in here. I don't think I'm going to put pockets in here, at least not the dimensional ones. I think I might put a flat pocket in. We'll see. But I'll show you that in the next video. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you soon.